Hi everyone, back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day, and it's all about our manager, Eddie Howe. That's right. How about now? As Dr. Evil once said in the Austin Powers movies. That's what we called this video. And this video really is just about this noise that's gathering about Eddie Howe's position as Newcastle United manager. I think it's utter nonsense, and I'm going to talk about why in a second. But you know, this whole situation really, let's call a spade here, right? Eddie Howe has done a miraculous job in Newcastle United over the last 18 months to 2 years, right? He's going through a sticky patch, there's no doubt about that, right? Is he under pressure? Yes, he's under pressure. I'm not having people saying he's not under pressure. Every single football manager is under pressure. Whether you manage Forest Green or Newcastle United, you are under pressure because that is the life of a manager. And if you think otherwise, you're naive as fuck. You believe in fairy tales and Neverland. Every football manager is under pressure, same as players are under pressure, right? It's how they deal with that pressure that is what makes them pros. It really is. And Eddie Howe is great at that. He's very articulate. He's very methodical. He knows how to deal with these kind of situations. He's been through it before, and he's going through it at Newcastle United. So people are already starting to put articles out there linking the Girona manager. Is it Mikel Sanchez, who's doing a great job for them, the second in La Liga? That's a Leicester City story right there. But it doesn't mean that he's going to get the Newcastle United job, right? People, proper news outlets are saying Newcastle are seriously considering him. People are throwing the Jose links out there. But the reason I want to jump and do this video is I've seen some absolute clickbait bullshit doing the round on social media saying that if Eddie loses against the Mackhams this weekend, then he's gone. I can't see it. I really can't. If the unthinkable happens and we do lose against the Mackhams this weekend, there will be a large percentage of the fan base that maybe turn on Eddie Howe. And that is just factual. That's the fickle nature of football. I won't be one of them. I'll be livid. I'll be disappointed. But I will not be jumping on here saying Howe. That is a guarantee. The man has done a miraculous job there. He's 46 years old as well. He's still a very, very young manager. He's been around so long, people tend to forget that he's still a very young manager and he's learning his trade. You know, some of these other managers were nowhere near as good as they were at 46 as they are right now. You know, Eddie Howe has got nearly a 47% win ratio at Newcastle, and that's took a severe battering over the last 6 weeks. Prior to that, he was up in the 50s. You know, his win ratio was comparable with Sir Bobby Robson, the late, great Sir Bobby Robson, one of the best Newcastle United managers we've ever had in my lifetime and all time. Kevin Keegan's up in the 50s in his first spell, but his second spell was in the 30s. You know, and people blamed Ashley for Keegan walking out again. Now, Eddie Howe has got a good win ratio at Newcastle United. He's made players better. You know, something isn't right behind the scenes. There's no doubt about that. This whole Dan Ashworth thing at Manchester United ain't going away. I don't know what's going on with the recruitment. Does Eddie Howe want player X and Ashworth is buying player Y? And if that's the case, the owners need to sort that shit out quickly behind the scenes because we need players for the now. We've said this. How do you back Eddie Howe? How do you get this noise turned down on the manager? You back him in the transfer market. You give him the funds to improve the squad that he's got. And that's what he needs. Now, if Eddie is at fault for saying we don't need extra players and giving new contracts to players who have maybe found their level, then yes, Eddie Howe has to be held accountable for that. And that's part of the learning curve of his managerial career. But I don't think for 1 second that he's going to get sacked this season. If he loses the derby, if he loses another 4 or 5 games, I don't think he's going to get sacked. I think Eddie Howe will most certainly see this out to the end of the season. And if we go on a disastrous losing spell, which I'm sweating even talking about, then changes might be made in the summer. But all these people are throwing this stuff out just for clickbait rhetoric is all it is. They don't believe Eddie Howe is going to get binned. Don't believe it for 1 second when you read it and you comment on it and you share it and you retweet it. He's not going to get binned. You know, these owners have put their neck out and put a lot behind Eddie Howe. They see him as the long-term man to take this project forward. Now, this project has been accelerated by 2 or 3 years, right? I'm not doing the whole TikTok thing that I said, look how far we've come and all that shit. I'm not doing that. But the matter of fact is that Eddie Howe has ran 2 years ahead of schedule, right? That is simple. That's what he's done. And because of that, there's an extra pressure being put on the man because of his success. And that happens in every walk of life. You know, I work in sales. If you get an area and you smash it and you're 400% over your target in your first year, guess what? You're getting a massive target plus growth the year after. That's just the way life is. Eddie Howe knows this and he has to try and manage it. This is a big test for his young managerial acumen, and I'm confident that he'll pass this test. I think we'll win on Saturday. I think we'll beat the Mackhams, and a lot of this noise will be dialed down. But if the unthinkable happens, everybody will jump on the bandwagon, throwing Sanchez, throwing Mourinho at the situation, people talking about Hansi Flick and stuff like that. listen, you could get a more experienced manager into this job. It doesn't change the fact that a lot of these players are not good enough anymore. They're at a level that it's as high as they're going to be, and they cannot step up to the next level. Newcastle United need investment. We've already done a video about this. FFP restricts that ability to bring that investment in sooner than later. And this is affecting a lot of football teams, not just Newcastle United. So something needs to be done about this whole situation, this squad. There is some serious questions people need to ask about whether these players are good enough to take us to where we want to be in the next year or two. Because quite honestly, a lot of them aren't. And Eddie Howe is going to have those difficult conversations. He's going to have to upset a few players he doesn't want to upset. But will he lose his job? Will he fuck? I don't think any of this noise is accurate whatsoever. I'm ignoring it all. I'm not sharing it. I'm not reposting it. But I wanted to come on and do a video just to tell you how we feel about it. That's what we're doing on the channel. That's why it's called a thought or rant of the day, because it gives you a chance to get it off your chest. So that's my whole thought process on this situation. Howe is going nowhere, at least till the end of the season. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you believe any of this bollocks? Do you think Howe has done all he can do and it's time to move on? Or do you back the manager and think he's going to turn this around? We always like to hear from you. Smash the button, subscribe if you can, help the channel grow. All free content. If you want to give a little bit back, there is a members option there too. Smash whichever button suits you. Aware the lads. Let's do the Mackems on Saturday and turn all this noise right down. Come on, Eddie, we're behind you. See you later. Cheers. Bye.